Hello dolls and welcome back to another video. Today I want to share this Stevie Nicks inspired makeup look with you. I did an updo inspired by her and my entire makeup. Stevie is one of my greatest inspirations. She is so wonderful. So let me show you how I created this look. So I think I'm gonna start with the hair. Usually I do the makeup first. I already did like a bit of foundation, but it is quite hot, so I think I want to do the hair first because I want to do this. I'm gonna put up a picture here. This like Stevie soft updo. It just seems like a fun thing to do, and then I'm gonna leave my front pieces out and my bangs and like curl them a little bit. I think that's a good plan. She like has quite a bit of hair kind of like falling out. I'm just taking some strands. I mean, I could also come back to this later. I'm just gonna take all the hair back that I want to use for the soft updo. It's something that Patty Boyd also did. I really love it. And I'm just gonna start by basically brushing my hair back. You don't have to worry if this isn't like super perfect because it is definitely a more laid back kind of updo. A lot of volume, but I'm gonna do a regular kind of like ponytail first, just one that is quite high up because I think it is easier to loosen it like that. So I'm just gonna bring it up as far as possible, a little further. From the pictures that I saw, Stevie's bun sits pretty much like on top of her head. So that's what I'm aiming for. And I want to put it like even a little higher because as I said, I'm going to loosen it. I think that's better. Now you can definitely see a little more. I have been spinning rumors all morning, so I'm very inspired right now. I just love Stevie so much. Okay, and I'm just gonna put a hair tie in it up here. This is definitely high enough, I think. I'm just gonna put it like a little place. I think that this works. And then I'm just like taking my fingers and I'm gonna loosen all these strands basically. I'm just trying to make sure that no hair is like sticking up weirdly. I feel like this kind of works. I don't really have a plan. I'm just going off of what I think here. I'm just gonna do like a very loose kind of bun. I'm slowly but like not really tightly twisting the braid like this, just making sure that it sits nice and high, kind of like this. I just really don't want it to be tied at all. I feel like that's kind of it. I'm just gonna take the hair tie and like try to carefully secure it under everything, if that makes sense. And then I'm definitely gonna use a couple of bobby pins to like keep it in place. Now I'm going back in, just kind of like taking out a couple of pieces of hair to just make it a little looser. I think it needs like a couple of bobby pins just to be secure. Not too many though, because I really want that very effortless look. I just think it needs a little bit of hold back here. All right. So now I'm going to take this curling iron. This is a quite thick barrel, and I'm gonna start by just like kind of fixing my bangs. Before I'm gonna do that, I'm just gonna apply a little bit of dry shampoo just to kind of like give it a little more grip. I do actually have quite a lot of hair, but it's definitely more on the thinner side. So I'm just doing this to give it a little bit of texture. So I'm gonna go in. I'm actually gonna use the clip for this, and I'm just like curling my entire bangs basically. Yeah, just kind of like this. Gonna brush that out. It just gives them a little bit of a nicer hold, nicer shape if you want to say so. Stevie also often like parted her bangs and curled them the other way around, but for this look there's definitely a more classic fringe, and since it's kind of like a little longer right now, I felt like it worked perfectly for a Stevie look. So now I'm just gonna curl these pieces. I'm gonna curl them towards my face. Okay, so I'm just gonna let it sit like this for a moment. I'm gonna curl the other bit. So I have this little brush. This is what it looks like. And it just has these like bristles that are a little firm, but definitely more on the softer side. And this is perfect for me to like brush out some curls without losing too much of the curl itself. So this definitely makes it a lot looser. It still keeps the curl. So yeah. I have talked about this dress a couple of times. I'm gonna put up a little clip of me wearing it right here or some pictures. It used to belong to my grandma. It has the most amazing Stevie sleeves, so I thought that this was a lot of fun. So now I'm gonna move on to the makeup. I'm gonna use this mirror. I just wanted to show it to you because it is so beautiful. So I'm going off of a video of Stevie doing her makeup and just a couple of pictures that I saw. It is quite loud. It is Saturday and the bells are ringing on a church nearby, so I hope that that is fine. But I want to use this color up here. It's a very soft, a little shimmery, kind of like golden white, I want to say. And I'm just gonna use this fluffy brush and I'm gonna apply it all over my lid. I've been getting so inspired by Stevie lately. I think she's such an incredible woman. I am so in love with the fact that even when you see her perform on stage nowadays, she's still very true to that kind of like witchy 1970s bohemian style. Which is something that I really truly adore. I'm actually also going to film my explaining 1970s bohemian fashion video later. It'll be up by the time that you see this, but a lot of you requested a couple more makeup tutorials, so I thought why not bring it back with a classic little Stevie look. From what I could see, her eyeshadow was always like a little more natural because everything else was a little more dramatic. So I feel like this is a good place to start. Next up, I'm going to use this color. This bit already fell out. Don't mind it. I'm just using all my old palettes. So this is like a dark and shimmery blue. I thought it worked really well. I think you could also do gray, black, whatever you feel. And I think the important thing with Stevie's cut crease is that like a lot of classic cut creases in the 60s and 70s were very rounded, and hers was like a little more outerward. So I'm just gonna sketch that on my eye. I'm gonna start in the middle like I always do, kind of like this. Hers was definitely a little more on the thicker side, so that's why I'm using this slightly bigger brush. I bring it up, and then instead of like following my eye down, I'm going to go a little further out, kind of like this. Alright, I do like this, so I'm just gonna keep going in with more and more product, kind of filling it. And I always try to add the color mostly onto the middle of the cut crease, like the middle of the line, because then it'll fade more on the outer corners and it'll just look a little nicer. I do like that, yeah. I think that that's good. Let me do the other eye. We are in the middle of another heat wave here, and I'm over it at this point. I want to have fall now. I'm so excited for fall and winter. All the beautiful weather. Just trying to make it as even as possible. I said it a couple of times before, whenever you do these, you will most likely not get them to be 100% symmetric, and that is fine because your face isn't 100% symmetric. There's a high chance that one of your eyes is slightly bigger than the other one, so you're just trying to make it look good and mirror to the other side, but also to the eye itself. I'm gonna point a little lower here. I always get asked about my tips for a cut crease. My number one tip is to go in with a little of product and then just fill it in over time. Don't go in with like a heavy black from the beginning, because if you mess up, it's kind of like a little more difficult to fix it. I always go in with a light hand and then I build it piece by piece. I think that this is pretty even. So now I'm going to use the same color again, and I'm going to use it as eyeliner on top of my lashes and below my lashes. I'm just going to frame my eyes with it. I think that's kind of like where the hypnotic Stevie look comes from. I also saw that like for most of her makeup she's using the same products, the same brushes, so I'm just going off of that and continuing with this little brush. I'm not going to take it all the way down, just kind of like where my lashes start. And then I'm gonna do it below my eyes, but only until like maybe the middle, because you definitely want to emphasize on the outer corner of your eye. So here I'm just gonna take it out a little bit. I really like this. Now on to the other eye. Just trying to get it as close as possible to my lashes. I'm gonna add the like kind of like eyeliner out here. Okay, now that we're done with this step, I'm gonna bring out my makeup thingy again, and I'm going to use something I haven't used in quite a while, a Kohl Kaya pen. I remember I initially got this for a Stevie Nicks makeup tutorial because I saw her use it. It has definitely shrunken since I last used it because I like to use it now. But yeah, these Kohl Kaya pencils were really popular in the 70s. And Stevie liked to use it, so I'm just gonna use this to do my eyeliner. I'm just gonna use it on top here. So sometimes these are a little hard and then they don't go on as easily, so my number one tip is to use a lighter or a candle, basically whatever you have, to quickly warm up the pencil, and then it'll glide on a lot easier. You just have to be careful if you do this. It's going to be very pigmented very fast. That definitely helped. Filling that in, and then a little bit on here too, but just like a little lighter out there. Not winging it out completely. I really like that. It just kind of like deepens the effect a little more. It's this eye. One thing I think I forgot to tell you is that I use this as an eyeshadow base. This is just a primer and it works really well to just keep everything in place. Next up, from this same palette, I'm going to use the silver shade, and I'm going to use it with this like little round brush, and I'm just gonna put a little bit onto the inner corner of my eye to just brighten that a little more. Stevie also often used her finger for that, so if that seems easier to you, you can do that. I'm just always making sure that I just apply it quite nicely, and then I blend it a little towards my lashes. I don't always use powder, but since it is quite hot today, I'm gonna do a loose setting powder. I'm just gonna use the thing that came with it. Stevie definitely had a little more of a matte makeup look, so I feel like that this works quite well. Now on to the blush. I'm going to use this like reddish darker color by Mary Quant, and Stevie's blush was definitely a little different because she kind of like placed it below her cheekbone, so it is almost like a little contour. So I'm just gonna place it below where I would usually place my blush. Just not gonna bring it up as high, just gonna put it down here. She definitely didn't always wear a lot of it, but I think a little subtle blush down here definitely works for the Stevie look. Alright, you can definitely also see that my hair has kind of like decurled itself a little more. I don't mind that though. I actually think it works really well with the look. Next up, I'm just going to use some mascara. I feel like mascara always helps with that deep set, ethereal makeup look. Stevie just had that look, and she would look at others and they were in love, basically. She was such a master of performance. Once you look at her, you just cannot look away. So last but not least, I'm going to add some lipstick. This, again, I originally bought for the Stevie makeup look. I have used it for a couple of other looks in between. It's a really, really nice shade. Stevie didn't overline her lips or anything. Just gonna go with my natural shade. I do really like how metallic this is. Alright everybody, I feel like this is it. This is my finished Stevie Nicks makeup look. So I'm just gonna put up some shots right now so that you can see it a little better. I really enjoyed putting together this makeup look, and I really hope you enjoyed watching. Stevie is just so magical and wonderful, and she inspires me every day. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I would love you to give it a thumbs up and maybe even share it with a friend. It supports me, it supports the channel, and it would truly mean the world. If you would like to see me do more makeup looks and hair tutorials, just let me know. I really love to do them. They're a lot of fun, so if you would like to see more, please let me know. I hope you have a beautiful day. Go out, enjoy the sunshine. Take yourself some time to focus on you and your mental health today, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye everybody.